Now,
What's up, everybody?
Yep.
Got the little red light there, and it's a
We're
timer.
live.
Yep. I'm gonna pull up the old YouTube actually here.
Oh, that shit got bright.
What's up?
A light, turning it down.
Okay. All right. I actually. Here we go. Do you guys have a? Trying to find the actual chat here.
I just found the chat. Yeah.
Did you find the chat in YouTube?
Yes.
I used to
No one's in
fucking-
yet. Did I see? Well, we're live. We are live, baby.
Yeah. They used to give me the chat in. I guess it doesn't really matter. We'll wait a couple minutes for people to get on.
Yes.
I used to
No one's
fucking-
in yet. You know, tonight, while we're waiting for everybody to come on, is a big football game. Indiana versus Oregon. You guys watch college football at all?
Sometimes. Mostly now, my son always wants to watch it, but
I already got people coming in. Shelly, Marie, hello, movies. Marie S610.
Hello.
Zachary.
There's a public. Yeah.
What's up, everybody?
How's everyone? It's January. Nothing exciting going on in January, is there? I'll tell you what, Zach has never been on the podcast, so we welcome him. And you know what? He
Nice.
looks and sounds pretty good. His setup looks pretty decent. How was your holiday, Zach? Christmas and New Year.
It was good. The kids were satisfied. It's about all a man can ask for.
That's pretty much all you can ask for is that they're
Yeah.
satisfied.
That's it.
They were pretty satisfied, and I got to spend a lot of time with them over the past several weeks. So,
Yeah.
call that a win. Decorations are still up, but I've had those things up before and well into like July.
Yeah.
July. That's pushing a little
And
bit.
I don't get too excited to put them up, and I don't get too excited to take them back down either. So
Well, I tell you what, that's a
It's a-
big topic
it's a tree.
of
That's all I
discussion.
have here is a tree.
Yeah, well, that's a big topic of discussion because a lot of people have like specific time frames, like a week after Christmas. Me personally, I'm like the last day of January. Usually, it's down before February 1st.
Yeah. So I think maybe it's when I got married, but my parents have always taken theirs down relatively early. When I was younger, we had Christmas trees that, I mean, they didn't go past January, but they're up a couple weeks after Christmas for sure. So mine, we usually take our stuff down the day after New Year's. Like essentially will be the second. But I remember going to friends' houses and then it being up, like my friend Dan. I remember going to his house and then his shit, of course, artificial tree. I remember that thing being up, and fucking, I'm not even joking. Like at the end of the school year. You know what
I
I'm
know
saying?
someone.
Like in May.
I know
pretty
an elderly couple. They have it set up in their basement, which is
Yeah.
it's all finished basement, but they just cover it up.
Well, you
There's
just-
a veil. There's a
What's
veil
up,
on
Charlie?
the tree, and they just put it on there, post season.
I have a friend who won't be named. You guys know who he is, but in his house, there is a room with a Christmas tree, and there's a big table in there too, and it's this beautiful room. And then, sometime in junior high, when they had a bunch of people over because they did not take their Christmas decorations yet in like February or March, they put up a blanket on the door frame, like leading into the room, which is kind of in the middle of the house. They put a blanket there, and they just kept it up there until November the next year, and they started doing it. They were doing it
So,
like past graduation. Like I went
That's
there.
do
funny.
they still use the room?
No, they don't really use the room. It's kind of a big house. They just put that fucking blanket up. Like, all right, Christmas time, and they just rip the blanket down in November. And
Hey, you know what? A blanket's easier to take up and down than decorations.
That's true.
It is.
That is true.
I have
Because
a
I was just
cousin.
imagining this big ritzy house where they just lock the door and you just don't go in that room until Christmas time and they unlock
It ain't
it.
ritzy. It ain't ritzy. I'll tell you
It's
that.
like the
Hey,
red.
Ritzy.
It's like the red door on Haunting of Hill House.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. God, that is such a freaking good show.
That
I can't
was
believe how good that
very
show
well
was.
done. Yeah.
You guys
The
hear
bent
Buzz?
neck lady was pretty creepy.
Dude, to me, it's the bolo hat guy too.
Yeah, no
Okay,
doubt.
so
When the kid's under the bed,
was it Luke? Yeah, Luke. Oh my God, Luke.
and
When I
he bends
remember,
down to get his hat.
yeah. But before that, when he's looking around the hallway, and then in the background, it's kind of out of focus. You just see him like, kind of,
Yeah, drifting down the hall,
yeah,
and
like a
his
balloon.
cane is just tapping.
God. And Tom, I know you think that's one of the funnier shows that I've reacted to.
I remember seeing the one reaction, and I can't remember. It might have been the Bent Neck Lady episode, but I remember it has this really abrupt ending, really super scary, really abrupt ending to the episode, and you're doing your reaction, and you just have this look on your face of just disgust, betrayal, shock, fright.
Well, I think you joined me for one. It's when they're in a car, and then a ghost comes out in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. So, anyways, my decorations are pretty much down now. Jamie, I remember growing up in your house. I remember you guys had an artificial tree, right?
Yeah, and you know what's funny is I just found out the other day, after several years of not putting up the tree, my brother put up the tree. It's the same fucking tree that we had when we were kids. I can't believe that tree survived the last 30 years in that house. It's incredible. And how did they not like lose pieces of it? Pieces of it didn't have like a dying cat in it. Like it's unbelievable.
Jamie, tell that story real quick.
You're gone. You froze.
I'm froze. Can you hear me?
Jamie,
No,
you're the one
you
that
froze, sir. You froze.
It's bad enough to accuse someone else of freezing, but when you freeze yourself, that's just crossing the line.
I don't know if we're still alive or not.
There you
Yeah.
are.
Yeah. Oh, Jamie dropped.
There it went.
Mr. Oh, you froze.
He gone.
That's sack of shit. Well, I guess we're just gonna wait for him to get back on. By the way, is everyone having a fine connection? Funny that kind of happened when I started getting a phone call. So I wouldn't think that. I think that probably have to do more with his connection, though. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
Yeah. Is Jasper right there with you, Zach?
He is.
I'm back. I don't know what happened. I got kicked out.
Yeah, you're
you
blaming
like,
Shane.
Yeah. You were like, hey, you froze. At the Zach's like, no, you froze. You froze, damn it.
Oh, it was me the whole time. I don't know what story you want me to tell, but
The cat story.
dude, that's pretty embarrassing. Have I told that on a reaction before?
You might not. I think you did a
don't think
reaction,
so.
but not a podcast.
Yeah, I gotta tell you anyway.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't remember all the details, but essentially, for a while, we were going to my parents' house, my kids and I, and every time we'd go there, we just smelled this. Is this the story that you're talking about? The foul smell? Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'd go there and we'd smell this foul smell, and especially when we went to the bathroom, it's like the most god awful smell you can imagine. I thought someone was dead somewhere, but long story short, like after smelling that smell for a long time, like months,
Yeah.
they found a dead cat under the bathroom floor. Like, and it had been there so long, it was like mummified.
Like in a crawl space?
Like, it was like, yeah, in a crawl space, and it was like right underneath the bathroom, and it was like mummified. And I told them there was something that stunk there. The sad thing was they didn't smell it. They were. How can you be noticed?
You're used to it.
How
They were
can
there
you
from
get
the
used to
beginning
that?
to the end.
I couldn't.
They were
get
there
used
from
to
the
that.
beginning to the end, though.
Dude, if
How
I
did
smelled,
it get down in there and not be able to get out? Like what?
I mean, cats, man, they're always looking for a place to like sleep and have kittens or whatever it may be. But
Zach
dude,
probably crawled in there to die.
if I
Maybe.
smelled, crawled in there. But if I smelled that, like I would not stop looking until I found that. So I don't know. Like I don't know what happened. I don't know how they didn't smell it. I don't know how they didn't find it. But it was awful.
Yeah, that's a hell of a thing.
Zach.
It's a hell of a thing. That ain't healthy.
Zach, tell the story of the cat that got in your bathroom. Remember that? That's a pretty wild story.
My bathroom?
Yeah, you said you're trying to find this fucking cat. You couldn't find it.
Oh, well, it wasn't in the bathroom. Okay, so when I was still married,
No, I
I
thought
had
this was
bought
the other
my-
day. Like I thought this was like last year.
what are
like-
you talking about?
Okay, so I don't know what story you were going to tell, but the story I'm thinking of is
I was trying to tell a story about the lunchbox.
I think that's what I was going to say. He jumped inside the lunchbox, right?
Yeah, that was not recent. That was decades ago.
Oh my god! Well, you told it to me like a year ago, like you were looking for like
Okay,
one of your
well-
kids' cats in that bathroom up there.
No, it happened. I was probably 21, maybe, and so like I said, I'd bought my ex-wife this cat, and we'd probably had it for a couple years at that point. And I came home from work one day, and I couldn't find the cat. I was wandering around. We lived in a duplex, and I was wandering around the side of the house, like I don't know where it went. The doors were closed, the windows were closed. This cat was nowhere. And I looked in the middle of the bedroom, and I had a small lunchbox sitting there, and it was closed. And I'm like, there's no way. There's no way that cat's in there. And I walked over and opened it up, and sure enough, the cat was in it. It had jumped inside of it at some point during the day, and the thing closed. And it was
Wow.
there all day.
Oh,
Like,
man.
whenever it happened. I don't know.
And it was perfectly fine, healthy.
Yeah, it was only in there for, like, I don't know how long it'd been in there for the day, but
Dude, we had so many cats growing up. You know this, Shane. We had so many cats growing up. I mean, there was just weird ways that they died and stuff. But I remember one time, one of
Tom
them.
froze.
I did.
Well, he's
All
back.
right, back.
Or
He's
was I
back.
just that still and quiet, Zach?
That's
I remember
probably what
one
it is.
time.
They-
Okay.
I remember one time, my cat was missing, and I found it in the dryer. Deceased.
He dead?
yeah,
He dead.
I can see
He's
that
dead,
happening in maybe
yeah.
like a washer too.
Yeah, it was
If you leave the
it was
washer
traumatic,
top open.
man.
Now,
It was so
Jamie and Shane, the story that I've heard a couple times about the cat eating the pork chops, where was that?
I don't remember this story very well, but I know that I got angry as hell.
Yeah, so I was in high school. I was 16. I think it was the summer after sophomore year. I was staying in Cincinnati with Jamie for like, dude, I was there for,
A month or
month.
two or something. Yeah, I don't
I
know.
was
A
there for a
while.
few weeks.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, and that was a wild time, wasn't it? But
It was fun.
it was fun. But yeah, so your ex-wife at the time, I think she's just your girlfriend at the time, right?
Yeah, but just my girlfriend. Yeah.
Yeah. So we were at your apartment and you guys were arguing about something and she was just kind of bickering and bickering. Okay. And you were making pork chops on the grill. And I don't know why this is a funny story. But you guys were arguing about something else and she already had her plate, her pork chop was on it. And then the cat was eating the pork chop. And then I remember this startled me so much because it startled her too. And then as soon as you notice the cat eating the pork chop, you just go, "The cat's eating your goddamn pork chop!" You scream it.
Oh my God! I would never do such a thing. That would
And then
never
she-
happen.
And I remember I think the plate was like on her lap. And then she flipped and the plate flipped and then she just started crying. Like that.
Damn, I almost feel
And then
bad
you
about
went over to
that.
hug her. You're like, "I'm so sorry." I was like, "God, see your God," like you didn't know what the words were. Like, "God damn pork chop," and that's how it was. And I remember going like that. Jesus.
Damn,
because I
that was
just-
rough.
I mean, you were in your 20s, and I remember thinking like, "Man, my parents are old, and my dad's drunk, and they yell, but." This is like you've screamed.
I'm just thinking,
Jesus.
like, Jamie, how could you not remember that vividly?
Dude, I don't know, man. I mean, that's been 25 years ago, probably 23 years ago, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm 38. I mean, I was like a sophomore, junior. Like,
yeah, so that's probably 22, 23. Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. Dude, my memory is not the best.
Dang.
All that childhood trauma.
Trauma.
This doesn't involve cats, but do you remember that time that we were playing ball across the street from your Uncle David's? and we were getting into it.
Me and you?
He came out and yelled at us.
Oh, yeah, I remember. I remember.
Yeah, he came out in his underwear and yelled at us.
He just went, "Hey!" And he just stood on the
We
porch in
turned
his
around
underwear. And he was like,
That's my dad.
"Shit!" Yeah, I remember we're all like looking up on because guys like Jamie lived on this street, and then his house was like on this big hill, this hill house, this haunting.
Still live there. They still live there.
They still live there. Yes.
Yeah. It's just as haunting, is more so than it was back then.
More so.
Yes.
When I was a kid, I thought that place was like Disneyland. I remember thinking going away there was this incredible escape. It was like Neverland. There's no rules. Now, just like the movie Hook, there was no food too. Just like in the movie Hook.
Right. Yes.
Of course, if I try to steal M&Ms, you guys you chastise me.
Now,
Yes.
Shane, it's funny you bring up Jamie's house at that time because I don't randomly earlier today I was at work and I just started cackling thinking about this story you told during one of the reactions where you know how I think you said it was Jamie's dad used to always make you sleep on the floor when he wanted to sleep on the couch. And the way you described it was funny though, because you said that you would get down on the floor and you did this one time you did this, and it's on one of our reactions, and you're just like,
yeah, I think
you look like you were like an ancient Egyptian in a sarcophagus. You're just like.
He said he started sleeping that way because someone put his hand in a pot of water or something at one point.
yeah, that
I remember that actually. Yeah.
And then like this or like that.
Tucked in.
Yeah, so the story, if you guys ever heard it, that just, Jamie's parents, they slept upstairs, and and it was just so damn hot that people were sleeping downstairs. And actually, I do think your mom was upstairs, but your dad would come home late, late.
Yeah.
And I was already asleep on the couch. And I just remember him pushing my shoulder hard, and I remember going
He was probably shit faced too.
and then he looked at me and he goes like that, he goes 1, 2, 3, 4.
Wind up.
He winds up this motherfucker with Sugar Ray Robinson before you go to uppercut, okay, and he just and I'm looking at the floor, and I go on the floor, no blanket, no pillow, on the hardwood with a shitty carpet on there with nothing but dog hair. I just
Likely
lay there
fleas
this.
as well.
And shit's jumping on my face. I'm just, and I go to sleep.
Dude,
and I woke
can't
up and he was
believe.
gone. I remember thinking, is this a dream? You know what I mean?
I can't believe you used to look at it as Disneyland. Now it's like a wasteland. Definitely not Disneyland.
It's like Mad Max over there.
For sure.
Well, so your younger brother, who I was very close to growing up, I used to, even when I was in college, I used to go over there. If I had a 3 hour, 2 hours before, I would just go knock on his window, and he'd go, come on. I'm like, why are you whispering? Why can't I go to the front door? He's like, I don't want the dogs to bark. And then I'd crawl through his window, and I'd fall asleep on his bed for a couple hours, and he'd be on a computer.
Yeah.
That's kind of our last, and we had a lot of interactions during that time. I remember we were talking about Pokemon Pearl, because we were talking about Pokemon. That's kind of our thing growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but dude, because I remember when we were really young. I remember when we went to go get all those river and creek rocks, and we made that oasis in the backyard. Do you remember that?
Yeah, that was really cool. Yeah. Matter of fact, those rocks are still there and they're stacked up against the house.
I think I knew that. I think I saw them 10. One time I remember your dad, I was, okay, so Jamie, when he left for college, Jared and I, we would stay in his old room. And he had a waterbed, and that motherfucker had 4 or 5 holes in it.
It leaked like crazy. You'd wake up and be soaking
wet. You'd have to sleep like this.
You thought I would wake up so wet, dude. I thought I was being waterboarded.
I remember waking up being soaking fucking wet. Sometimes you get lucky and you get a good spot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I remember spending the night over there a couple of times with you and, of course, shit was Josh and
Jared.
Jared, yeah.
yeah, and yeah, I remember the waterbed. I remember the patches.
Yeah. Waterbed, yeah.
So,
That's crazy.
So
But one time your dad just-
question, but like, does it not like eventually the water just?
No. So if you're on it, the water shoots out. But if you're not on it, there's not enough pressure or something for it to come out of the waterbed. Yeah. It's only when
Exactly.
you're laying on it. Yeah. You know what's crazy is the weight on the floor of that waterbed.
That'd be
my
a
dad
lot.
My dad didn't want to give me a waterbed growing up. Because he just didn't like the idea of that weight on the floor. And your parents'
Yeah.
house, I imagine that'd be.
I mean, today, I think the whole house would come down. Back then, we probably should have thought twice about it, but it didn't even cross our mind. It just we actually got that waterbed from my mom's parents when they upgraded to a new bed. So, dude, back then in the 1990s when I got that waterbed, I thought it was big shit, man. I was like, man, I got a
You thought you
waterbed.
made it.
I thought
Yeah.
I made it. Absolutely.
I found.
I'll be right back. I gotta grab a charger.
Okay. When I was in my 30s or early 30s, I'm still 30, I guess. I found a drawing at my parents' house, and I had a perfect setup for my room where I drew an overhead thing, and a waterbed was essential to it, and having a little table with my Game Boy Color next to that.
Nice.
I just thought it was all right. I mean, I was always like that growing up. I was mapping out all this shit that, of course, I can never do. You know what I mean?
Are waterbeds
absolutely.
still like a popular thing? I don't really hear about them anymore.
I don't know. I honestly don't hear much about them. I think there's probably some kind of variation of them, but I mean, now with technology and everything, I think they're
Oh, look that
Probably.
shit up.
probably pretty obsolete. Somebody said, of course, what does it say? Hail NZ99 said, of course, Shane woke up wet next to James.
I was next to Jared, but yes.
Yes. Marie said, not waking up wet. Let's be honest. I don't need, well, back then, never mind. I'm not going to say this. Never mind.
There you go. There you go.
That's
See,
a, that's a,
we're getting
shut up,
better
James.
we're getting better at this online thing, aren't we?
Yeah,
What to
yeah.
say and what not to say.
Don't say everything that comes to mind.
Yes. So no spoilers in the chat or anything like that. But Jamie, did you watch Stranger Things finale yet?
I have not. I've been working 6 days a week. So I've pretty much been just going to work, going to the shower, going to bed. That's pretty much. I haven't been to the gym lately, honestly. I had somebody quit at work that I relied on
Yeah.
heavily, so now I'm the man.
Okay.
Well, we
well,
can't really talk about it then, huh?
Oh no, you can
Well,
talk about it. It's been 3 weeks, whatever it's been. Like no, it's been
Almost
since
spoiled.
New Year's, right?
Yeah. I don't want to spoil anything, but I'm in the middle of editing the reaction now. We did it like a week ago.
Mm-mm.
It's just been going. I almost finished it tonight, but I forgot we had the podcast. And then, yeah. So, anyways, fuck is that cat? Jesus. Well, I mean, the
I think you
finale
really
came
had to
out.
take a shit.
That's probably what happened. The finale came out. It was reviewed well with mainstream outlets. Little divisive, but of course, the fans and the online ire of the people who love the show so much. It's a little. The ending was a little divisive. It just wasn't that divisive to me at all. But there's these just people talk. My son's one of them. He was like, "There's going to be a secret 9th episode dropped sometime," and it's just like, dude, why is it divisive? Like, there's just nothing really divisive about it. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, what's this 9th episode supposed to, without really giving too
It
much
would
away for
be-
Jamie, but like what?
Okay, so the thing that happens in the end, it would be like, oh, this is a definitive answer of what really happened to a specific somebody.
Yeah, but do we
And-
need that? Do we
Well,
really
everything
need
that we're seeing now is just Vecna's control over the audience as well, who's like the viewers. Like, okay, when Mass Effect 3 came out, there was so much ire generated on the ending that what is it that the Reapers do, Tom? They it's like this indoctrination. It's called something. Does
Yeah,
anyone
I
in the
don't.
comments know? It's called.
It's been a
I
long
think
time
it
since I
might
played
be called
those.
indoctrination. Well, there's people that didn't love the very very end of Mass Effect 3. So they came out with this incredible, like these videos are hours long, like 3 or 4 hours, using the lore of the first two games and the third game about. Yeah, Malachi's right. There is a secret episode. All right, Hayes, you're also that age too. But I got one of my editors on here from Malta. Okay, but no, there's no fucking episode. If there's an episode, I'll donate to a charity that I hate. And only guys who are on this channel would know what that is. So,
Yeah.
um, but when Mass Effect 3 came out, they talked about there was this specific other ending in that we, the players, are being indoctrinated also by the Reapers, and but there was no fucking ending. I think it's all just fans that, I mean, I don't mean to sound mean, but they love the show a lot. They're passionate about it, and they might have a little too much time on their hand, and then they find community of like-minded people and they all reinforce each other's biases. I mean, we have this with these echo chambers when it comes to the politics in this country or even globally. So, yeah, I like the ending quite a bit. I wouldn't say it's my favorite ending ever, but it was good. It left the characters in a good place, most people would say. But it's just like it's over. So it's just kind of depressing. You know what I mean? But I was thinking, what are some endings that you guys really like in terms of finales, not movies, but finales for television?
Well, I just want to acknowledge here real quick, Charlie. Yes, I am going to tell that story tonight. Don't worry.
Yeah, absolutely, Tom. I know what you're talking about. And S. Marie, yeah, I love the Mass Effect ending well. But I will say this about the Mass Effect ending. They did end up releasing 6 months later an extended cut, which is just like DLC that was for free. That it just added to they didn't change the ending, they just added a little bit because you basically have these choices. And I think the viewers felt like visually, like, oh, these choices are visually kind of similar. So what was all this for? Because I felt like you just gave me a choice that it didn't feel like a good choice. They're all the same fucking endings. So what they did was they extended all those endings, and I think most people accepted that after that. But there was no, no actual indoctrination of the Reapers and this and that. 1 second.
Kind of like fan fiction back in the day, when before you had this large of a community and that people were able to connect online.
Yeah.
Or at least in the advent of it, you had people that published fan fiction that developed stories and characters beyond where creators had gone with them, just to embellish, these stories and these worlds that have been built that they had get lost in.
No, absolutely.
And,
I mean, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say it's never going to be enough. I mean, it's hard to find good creative work, and a lot of times, many things, say people that are fans of Star Wars or Lord of the Rings, and they can't find worlds that everything they find pales by comparison.
Well, I mean, we peaked already. We peaked with the Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, and all these other great things. The Marvel, the MCU.
Well, and it's crazy to think about, and like, I don't think Shane has. Jamie, I can't speak for you, but like Zach, I know like you and I have read the book, Lord of the Rings, the books.
Haven't read them yet.
But I was just thinking about this the other day too. When did the movies come out? Like around 2000?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give or take. And it's just like they're still good movies, man.
Yeah, I mean, if you're speaking technically, that they're technically still an incredible watch.
I mean, if you think about even like certain battle scenes, like people will still say, well, how does that compare to Helm's Deep, right?
Yeah, like when you're watching when you're watching Game of Thrones, which had amazing battle scenes, people are saying like, well, how does the Battle of Blackwater or the Battle of the Bastards, like, how's it compared to Helm's Deep? And that's one thing when I was watching it, people are always asking about Helm's Deep. So.
Well, the passion that Weta Workshop poured into that project and the amount of practical effects they used intermixed with CGI. I mean, everything was done with a labor of love.
Yeah, it's done as practically as they could. The way
that last.
And I still, on my Instagram, it'll pop up like how they do some of these. I can't remember what type of shot it's called. Jesus, my son's right there in the door, scared the shit out of me. His nose is pressed up. Malka, come here. What's that, bud?
Can you hear me?
Yes, they can hear you.
Talk about Kendrick real quick.
You can't, not right now.
Okay.
All right.
Not for money because he wants to go to you.
All right. I'm always looking at him like he's in trouble. Like, give him one of these. He's always in this state of high emotion, high anxiety. Never relax.
Yes.
Yeah, but yeah, Hayes, we can't ask that yet because we haven't talked about some of the best finales we've ever watched. So in terms of some of the best finales I've watched, there's a lot of shows I love, and I don't think it ended that well, and some that just didn't end, not well, but ended poorly. But in terms of things that I really thought ended extremely well to me, I think the Lost finale was great, especially if you understand anything about what they're
I
trying to
haven't
say.
watched Lost like all the way through, so
Yeah, I haven't watched Lost either.
Well, I'll tell you a finale that I didn't really care for, but it's still one of my favorite shows, was House.
I heard House was great. Yeah,
House is a phenomenal show.
Yeah.
Are you guys watching Breaking Bad right now?
We are.
Okay, well, I can't really talk about the ending, but I did not love the ending. It wasn't terrible.
Really?
I just didn't love the ending. No.
Yeah,
No.
I actually have a.
No.
I can't get into it. No, Tom, you might love it. That's kind of a personal preference.
Tom, if you're thinking about GOT, like a lot of people, I mean, I actually like GOT a lot more when I watched it the second time. But yeah, I mean, I love the Breaking Bad finale. I actually have that on my list right here of incredible finales. So
for me,
I just didn't like the show.
You didn't like the show. You need to get off the podcast right now.
You didn't like it?
Okay.
You watched it.
I can go to bed, man. It doesn't bother me.
Really? Dude, that was that's my favorite show. That's my favorite show of all time.
I could not get into it.
We watched the whole thing. You never said anything. You said, "Oh, you were acting like you're very interested."
Myron, hello, welcome.
No,
Damn.
I liked Mike. Mike was cool.
I do like Mike.
So I haven't seen Better Call Saul.
Cool.
Better Call
What's up,
Saul.
Myron?
I've not seen it, but I've heard good
I've
things
not
about
watched
Better
that.
Call Saul. Breaking Bad is my favorite show of all time. I am just a guy that likes happy endings, all kinds of them. That's all I'll say, Tom. That's all I'll say, Tom. That's all I'll say.
It just depends. One of my favorite shows of all time, Ash vs. Evil Dead, it was canceled after 3 seasons.
Yeah.
But the way the 3rd season ends, I thought was pretty suitable for the character, so it didn't really bother me very much. But a lot of people were still asking for at least an animated continuation because Bruce Campbell doesn't feel he can actually physically perform in the live-action role anymore as well as he could just provide voiceover work.
Yeah.
So they talked about producing an animated 4th season or continuation. And in my mind, though, I mean, it ends just about as well as you could end it for that character. And I was satisfied. The Strain is one of Shane and I's favorite television series. And while the final season may have, because the stakes had changed, not quite been the same as earlier seasons because of the drive, the character force behind it.
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't think it ended poorly.
I don't think it ended poorly. That's one of my favorite shows, and I think it's got a great ending. It's not one of my favorite. I think when shows, and I feel this way about Stranger Things, when you get to the apocalyptic level of threat, like the threat level, like Mass Effect 3, Mass Effect 3, it's like, all right, well, the fun and games and learning and about characters and lore and backstory and me going to your planet to see where you're from and how you were affected by your parents, that's all, none of that matters when the world's going to end. So I feel like like Stranger Things.
I guess with the Strain, I guess the penultimate moment for me was with Satrakian and Eichhorst.
Yeah, that was one of the greatest moments ever.
Well, I think Zatrakian is one of the greatest fictional characters.
Yeah. Well, David Bradley's delivery.
Ever.
In the name of all that is holy! This is the way he performs.
Yeah, he is. So, and God, that man is, I realize he's giving me so much joy because of that show as an adult. But I mean, I didn't watch Harry Potter until I was older. But he's incredible as Filch. I mean, obviously, I think rewatching with Tom,
It's
like
maybe
it
the
was
last
watching.
night you spent in this castle.
Yeah,
I'll
Watching
kill ya!
I can't. But he thought they killed he froze Mrs. Norris or whatever her name, the cat.
They petrified her. Yeah.
Yeah, I kill you.
I liked him a lot.
You.
I don't have any of you guys seen Hot Fuzz?
I watched it with you, Zach. I don't remember it at all.
Yeah, well, he's in that. He plays this mumbling old man that lives on the British countryside. He's great in it, but if you guys haven't seen it, there's no real point in talking about it. But he's always, and that's how he talks the whole time.
Yeah,
But it's
yeah.
short, but great role in his part.
Well, I mean, it's weird because I've always saw him as kind of a side character, like this incredible
Yeah.
side character. But then in not Harry Potter, but obviously in The Strain, he can handle a load.
Well,
Like he can carry.
that character and his history and how they tied that into the vampiric lore. I mean, it was just beautiful.
Yeah.
Well done.
Dude, I mean, I don't want to shit on any movie I haven't seen, but you know, like the way they did the vampires in that as this parasitic thing, it just worked so well.
Well, it was unique.
And dude,
It
there's
was,
it's
it's
so
a,
much
it's a breath
scarier.
of fresh air in that
It was-
subgenre. It
It's
was just
so
great.
much scarier thinking about that.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
It absolutely is. I mean, it's just these parasitic things that shoot out of people's mouths. I mean, it was great. It was nuts, but it was great.
God, I hate the little worms. I hate
Well, I
it.
just love that they treated it like a virus too. How they brought the CDC into it, and how they incorporated that aspect of the modern world, and how
Yeah.
they might actually handle that situation. It was very cool.
No, it absolutely was. But
Hey, XL, I have not seen Game of Thrones at all, so I do not know the ending of that, but I'm assuming it's not a happy ending.
It's
Yeah.
not a good ending.
yeah, I would.
Not at all.
Yeah, I mean, to me,
Oh.
still absolutely one of the greatest shows of all time. Some people are satisfied. I mean, I think even if they're satisfied, you can't say it goes out with a bang, and that's all I'm going to say. I mean, but I'll say this: there is heavy rumors that they're getting everyone back to do a continuation.
Hmm.
That would essentially be a ninth season.
Yeah,
Wow.
my boy's dead, so I don't have any stake in it anymore.
What's up, Myron?
I mean,
How you
I
doing,
can
buddy?
say, yeah, I can say that House of Dragon's great. I'm excited for that Dunkin' and Egg. I'm sure that's going to be great. There's a lot of great things about the world. You know, I'll say this: if they do it and it's incredible, I'm going to love it. If they do it and it's not good, I'm going to hate it even more. I
Did
feel the
George
way.
R. R. Martin never finished the last book?
No, he's
I
got to
don't think
release the
so.
second to last book still.
So he hasn't even finished that yet.
No, I think it's called the. Yeah, he hasn't fucking finished that. That motherfucker's getting old.
That man might die. Is
Yeah.
he old?
He's old as shit. He's old as sin.
I remember this.
Yeah.
There was this talk show or something, and they had him and Stephen King on together. And they were just joking around, talking and stuff. And he looked at Stephen King. He's like, "How in the world do you finish writing all these books so fast?"
I remember that's a one thing I know about that interview actually, or that was
At one time, Stephen King was just snorting lines and cranking them out.
Yeah, I'm actually in the middle of reading Cujo right now, and he said he's like, I literally don't remember writing that book at all, which is a shame because I really like it. Now that I
Oh.
go back and read it again, he's like, I was high as a kite the whole time I wrote that book.
Yeah,
comment.
Dang,
Yeah,
it was nuts.
I love so many things about his work, but I haven't read many of his books at all. But one of my favorite movies of all time is Stand By Me. Jamie, if you remember that movie.
I do remember that movie.
I mean, I just love that fucking movie. It's just an incredible coming of age tale, which is they're always kind of my favorite type of movies. You know, obviously the It movies, they're incredible. Another fantastic one. What's it? Michael Clark Duncan and Tom Hanks. What's it called?
The Green Mile.
The Green. Yeah, God, that is that puts you through the ringer right there. The Green Mile.
Yeah, I never
Speaking
read
of-
the book. I never actually read a Stephen King book. I tried reading one. Didn't make
Well, I'll
it
tell you
very
what.
far.
Senior year, we had a ring. We had to read the Green Mile, and we have Tom and I. We have a buddy that he had to be he had to repeat his senior year. Now he called himself a super senior or 13th grade because that's a progression. You know, I remember him telling me, he's like, no, I'm not a second year senior. I'm a super senior or 13th grade because it's a progression. The other guys are losers. But I read The Green Mile to him over the phone and in person because he didn't want to read it senior year to try to give him the pass. Yeah, read him that
Yeah.
fucking book.
Michael,
Talk
that's a
about
pretty
commitment.
cool
Yeah.
story, dude. It
Yeah.
says that Michael, he worked for FedEx and he used to deliver to a house Stephen King lived in.
That's
Pretty
That's
fucking
cool.
That's horse shit, Michael. No, I'm just kidding. But that is pretty cool.
That is
Um,
cool.
But I mean, obviously, there's this incredible movie I watched recently. We reacted to on the channel. It's called The Long Walk. If I was a teenager when I saw that movie, it'd be one of my favorite movies of all time. It's beautifully acted. It's such an interesting idea, and the dialogue and just these kids from different backgrounds connecting for the and it's obviously it's kind of a criticism a little bit of the draft and the Vietnam War when he wrote it. And it's just
What movie are you talking about?
The Long Walk. It's got one of Mark Hamill's. He's very brief in it, but he's incredible in it. Yeah. Yeah.
Very charismatic.
Super seniors don't hold the same connotation these days. How is everyone in chat doing? Usually we engage with you guys a little more. And someone did ask me a question. Oh, someone's like, you got to show them Black Sails. So I'll say that Zach saw Black Sails. I think
did.
you need to rewatch it. It to me, it's one of my. I think it's one of my favorite shows, and I think it certainly ends better than GOT in my opinion. Although it doesn't reach the
It
same
does.
heights. Well, it's
It
funny.
doesn't reach the same heights in terms of just the world building and things it's set in the real world, but it has some of
Yeah.
the greatest performances. I mean,
Yeah,
Ray
well, in these
Stevenson in that.
it's got some of the best monologue. God, Ray Stevenson's so cool in that.
Oh,
It's got the-
absolutely. As Edward
it's got
Teach,
some of the
it's
best-
great.
Some of the best monologues I've ever heard in my life. Since number one being
Oh
True
yeah.
Detective.
We talked about this the other day, but I can't remember the guy. Toby something, the guy that plays the damn
Toby
main
Stevens?
character.
Flint.
Yeah, Flint. His performance in that.
Oh, it was incredible.
It was intense. It was great.
I saw somewhere he had to get therapy because he was so into the character. Like he had these monologues that are 2 pages long that he memorized, and that just did a lot of harm to him.
It's crazy that actors. I mean, because you look at we talk about him all the time off camera with Daniel Day-Lewis.
Oh yeah, dude, he's a man.
And the depths
Yeah.
the depths that man goes to approach a character,
Yeah,
and I just wonder. I mean, why some of them talk about therapy being required after the fact, but it makes you wonder. Like, what was it necessary, or did they not know how to become themselves again? Is that why
Turn
they
it
needed
off.
therapy? Yeah, I don't know, because that guy, it's insane how deep he goes. But maybe he sees
Yeah.
one too. He just doesn't talk about it. I don't know.
yeah. I mean, to me, Bill the Butcher is one of the craziest, funnest characters to watch. Where it's like that guy's a fucking badass. You admire
Yeah.
him so much, even though he's a villain. It's like I gotta understand this guy.
Well, you get lost in the
And you-
character
well, you
because he's
respect
lost
him.
in the character.
You respect him
Yeah.
because he's got respect for things, and he respects himself so much that when he looked away from an enemy, he cut out his own eye
Yeah,
because of the shame of it.
an
Damn.
intense character, an intense
Yeah.
performance.
I do want to answer this. How is the Resident Evil remake different from the '98 one? I accidentally got the wrong one. Well, if I don't know how old you are, but play the remake. It's the remake, which first came out for the Nintendo GameCube. It's way better. It's not as different as the Resident Evil 2, 3, and 4 2, 3, and 4 remakes are. Those are like complete remakes. The Nintendo GameCube and I think it eventually came out for the PS2 and Xbox. That remake, it just looks way better, like way better. And there's some of the systems on it are better, and the aiming's better, everything like that. Yeah. But anyways, yeah. R.I.P. Ray Stevenson. I really love this performance so much, and Ahsoka as well. Yeah.
I know it was a big loss. I mean, he was in the Book of Eli.
Yeah.
He was he actually did a Punisher film with Wayne Knight and Dominic.
Wayne Knight?
I can't remember. Yeah, he was in a
that's
Punisher film.
That's another one. Seinfeld. To me,
Yeah.
the greatest sitcom of all time. I wasn't at an age where I cared, so it's just been canonized within me. Like I didn't have this hype, therefore this disappointment. But a lot of people didn't love the finale of that.
Yeah.
You know, it's one. Like I said, to me, the finale's okay. And I think it's very interesting that they got so many people back. Like to me, that's from a technical standpoint, that's so cool that they got everyone back and they found a reason in the story, and it made sense. Like, oh, you guys are all shitty people, and you don't contribute to society, so you're gonna go to jail, or whatever.
I love that.
So they end up going to
Peter
jail?
I know you've never seen. I know you don't like Seinfeld, Jamie. I want to use this channel to change that. I think.
I mean, it's been probably 20 years at least since I've even
Well, if you want
attempted
to talk
to watch
about
an
people
episode.
that, if you want to talk about people that shouldn't be on here right now, then I think a person that doesn't like Seinfeld shouldn't be on here.
Yeah, yeah.
Fair enough.
Like-
Your brother loved Seinfeld, and he would always tell me about Seinfeld, and he would send me clips of Seinfeld. I was like, God damn it, he wants me to watch this because he wants to talk about it. You know what I mean? So,
Well, there's a genius to the writing and narratively the when they connect these. They have these circular storytelling, not in the fallacious way but like when you introduce a concept and it ends up coming around in the end being the most important thing that in the story that makes the episode so good. But you
I
forget
love
about
that.
it. 'Cause-
I love that Peter Stormare was in that show.
Hey,
And
Cody
you had,
Gallo,
like,
what's up, dog? Go ahead.
what's up, Darth?
But then you had other characters.
Peter Stormare. Wait a minute, I'm trying to think.
Yeah, Peter Stormare. He
Oh,
plays,
yeah, he's a
the
cable
Russian
guy.
in Armageddon.
Yeah, he's
No,
fixing the cable,
he's-
right, for Kramer.
No, he's like they call him Slippery Pete, and they bring him in to help take the Frogger machine. And I think he had something to do with he's like an electrician or something like that. It's the Frogger episode, though.
Yeah, it's like season 8 or 9. It shows an overhead shot of
George
Costanza.
taking the
Yeah,
machine. Yeah. And there's this short, squat, fat guy standing there with Peter Stormare, and he's talking about George going across the street. He's like, he looks like a frog. And Peter Stormare looks at the guy, and he's like, you look like a frog.
Yeah.
And it's just,
I'm
I don't know,
looking
it
at a
always
picture
stood
of it
out.
right now. Slippery Pete.
Yep.
Oh yeah, to me,
That's great.
like I said, one of the greatest shows ever. Not the best finale, but trying to think of any other finale. I mean, True Detective. I mean, Jamie hasn't seen it, but I mean, to me, what a show. I think
True
one of my
Detective, beginning to end, is fantastic.
yeah.
One of
Shelly
those
Marie
shows that we
says,
talked about.
Yeah. Shelly Marie says, I hated that show, but my father loved that shit, and it grew on me after that. Okay.
That's true. There are some shows that grow on you after you've watched them for a while or watched them, like if your kids are watching them. I think, honestly, Family Guy was kind of like that for me. Like, it kind of just grew on me. It was always on the TV, and then I ended up binge watching that shit.
Yeah. No, Family's got. I mean, I haven't watched in years, but to me, it's a funny show. Every time I have watched it, I'm like, okay, I could watch this. You know, I just
I've
haven't
seen
watched
some outstanding clips.
it. Yeah, I've seen a
Yeah.
lot of clips.
Yep.
And to me,
Kind of like
a lot
South
of
Park.
you know, it's fine. I watched South Park at Jamie's house when we were younger. I didn't love it as much as you guys, but I'll tell you what I really loved is when we watched the movie, and I remember we watched that over and over again. I thought the movie was great.
Yes.
Yeah, the movie was hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. And by the way, Armageddon. Let's take a moment now. That is such a good movie.
I feel like I
Armageddon.
watched
White
that in the theater, to be honest with you.
House.
Well, I watched it at your house the most, Jamie. It's because
Yeah.
you guys had the VHS,
Yes.
and we watched the shit out of that movie. We watched it like all
I
the
can
time.
handle- I can handle the mission. I can handle what we're going to do. I just can't handle this room.
Yeah, with what Chick, is that his name?
Yeah. And you had Rockhound, like a
Yeah.
one with large breasts, one with medium breasts, you with breasts. He's got going
Yeah.
through the Rorschach cards.
Yes. No, that's such a fucking good movie. I think that's absolutely peak dumb. I don't want to say dumb, but peak cinema right there.
Yeah,
I remember
it's great.
the VHS movie that Jamie had. It had the Aerosmith song. I don't want to close my eyes. It was after the credits, So
I think
remember
it's
we
I
watched,
Don't Want to Miss a Thing is the name of that song.
or I don't want to miss a thing, whatever. But
Yeah.
we watched that music video a lot too. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, the kids and I still listen to that song quite a bit.
Yeah. Hayes says, I know it
I don't
hasn't
think
yet. Go ahead, Zach.
I was say I don't think I've heard that song since the
That
movie
movie.
was out.
Well, kids were singing it at our talent show, I think, a couple times. I think a girl sung it at our talent show one time. I know it hasn't ended yet, says Hayes, but I believe Invincible will be the greatest animated and possibly the greatest superhero show of all time by the end. You know, we'll
Ooh.
see. We'll see.
Invincible,
I mean,
very
I think
good.
that's a fantastic show.
One of my favorite.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of the shows I've reacted to, that's
Yeah.
a really good one. I
Up
think The
there.
Boys also was fantastic, and eventually Tom and Jamie and I are going to jump into Gen V season 2. I know it's very late, but I wanted to get a lot of the winter shows out, the fall and winter shows out of the way first. But I really love the first season of Gen V as well,
Yeah.
quite a bit. Now, if they can stick the landing to I'm sorry, what the hell are we talking about? Oh, The Boys. Then that would be even, that would be even better. Yeah. Oh, Deep Impact. You guys remember Deep Impact?
Oh wait, I think I do remember that.
I never watched it.
I don't think I ever saw that.
I did watch it, and I actually think I watched it at Jamie's house.
Yeah, I think
That-
so.
I mean, that was kind of the more grounded, quote unquote. It was competing with Armageddon because they both came out that summer.
Hmm.
It was kind of a more grounded, like, all right, meteors come in and they do this fucking lottery for people to go in these underground bunkers. It was. I remember
Yeah.
I saw it once. I remember thinking it was real enough to like scare the shit out of me.
That was 1998 is when that came out. Damn.
Yeah. Elijah Wood and that chick from Joan of Arc, whatever her name is, and she's from Joyride.
Oh,
yeah.
Lily
Lili Sobieski.
Sobieski or something. Yeah.
Sobieski, yeah,
Sobieski.
yeah. Hey
I
guys.
thought she was really pretty in Joyride.
Oh yeah, she was a stunner.
Yeah.
Zach and I
She
used to watch that. That was kind of like one of those movies that we watched all the time because we really enjoyed the truck driver.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember that guy's voice. The guy that does his voice, but he was also in Monk, and he was in Silence of the Lambs. He played Wild Bill.
What really?
Puts the lotion on the skin. That guy.
I never saw Silence of the Lambs.
Ugh.
Is he the guy
Really?
in Fallout Season 2?
I haven't seen season 2 yet. So
Okay, what's the guy's name?
I don't remember. He's got a very distinct look, though. He was also in Hell or High, or I'm sorry, not Hell or High Water. He was in Hell on Wheels, and
Was he?
Look it up right now.
Oh yeah, he was.
Yeah.
He was that dude missing like an arm or a leg or something at like the first
Yeah.
season, right?
What's his name?
Yeah.
Buffalo Bill or some shit? Buffalo Bob?
I think they just call him Buffalo Bill.
Okay. I'll look him up right now.
Oh, man, Hell on Wheels, what a show.
I only saw the first season of that.
Hey, Zom, what bet are you talking about? The one from a few years ago? Is there a new bet I don't know about?
All right.
We all
is
know
the
who-
guy.
We all know who lost the only bet that's ever been made on the channel. Jake.
Yeah, that's some bullshit, by the way. That's some bullshit. I was conned into that. I was conned into that because I thought there was going to be more bets. I thought this was going to be like a thing that we did. My
No,
fat
one
ass
was
gets
good
in that
enough.
suit, and it's the last time we ever did it. God, and that shit's floating all over the internet now.
Well, I don't think it's like one of those things that's the guy who did the suit. You know what I mean?
Let's hope it never becomes that. Holy hell.
It's still sitting up there on top of the rack, but now none of us want to actually make any bets anymore. after we
I'd
saw
break
what
that
you
fucking
went through.
suit now.
Okay, hey Zom, I don't remember that bet, so let's not bring that shit up.
What fucking bet? What other bet was there? I mean, I what was a bet that you lost? I have to.
I don't
win?
even remember, but let's not bring it up. we
I
don't need
thought
to
it
bring
was
that
something to
shit
do with
up.
how a show ended or something.
What show was it?
I don't remember. I don't know what we were watching.
The Invincible.
Yeah,
It was a
remember.
long time ago. I was probably drunk, so I don't know.
It couldn't have been. What?
I knew Shane I knew James as
Oh,
a guy in the suit before he
fuck.
came out of his face.
Well, that's awful news, Exhale. That is awful news.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Got to bring it back for the channel.
Never,
I think we need.
ever
I think we
again.
need to. I think
I mean, we have footage we can just reuse.
I know.
just put in the intro every time.
Might actually be able to zip. Might actually be able to zip up the zipper this time.
Jamie,
Yeah.
you might
Yeah.
just have to take one for the team here.
Marie, I just remember hearing Zach background yelling "Higher!" I remember that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny as hell, dude. Oh my god. All right. Anyway, so in other news of this week, Jedi Starfighter, which is the new Star Wars movie with Ryan Gosling and a couple presumably unknown actors. It was reported that Tom Cruise flew down on his helicopter to visit the set, and he ended up, and he kind of is like this. He ended up directing a scene and holding a camera, which I'm not sure how that goes because there are union rules about holding the camera. But he ended up at the very least directing an action scene. So it's kind of funny that went down. So I do know for the movie, which I haven't seen, but I know Zach has told me I need to react to it. Tropic
Tropic Thunder.
Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Bill Hader, I guess there was some kind of shooting very close to where his wife lives at the time, who was pregnant, and he was kind of freaking out. And but he was contracted to do his scenes, right? And he can't really get out of that contract without pretty harsh penalties. So Tom Cruise at the time said, "Hey, I could tell you're worried. We're going to film all your shit fucking today." So he like overhauled the production and made sure that Bill Hader filmed all his stuff that day. And then he said, "Yeah." Then his assistant booked him a flight home that night, and he got home. So when Zach when
Good
you
on
brought
him.
that when you brought that story up, it made me think of that. I thought it was pretty cool. Yeah. Tropic Thunder watch. I would love to see it. Tom, have you seen Tropic Thunder?
Back when it like first came out, I don't even remember it.
Okay, that'd be good.
I've never seen it. Is that
Never- Tropical Thunder. Yeah, never seen it.
No, I've never seen it either. No.
Well, I just remember thinking it might not be my type of humor. Like, there's
That's with
Robert Downey
in that?
Jr..
Yeah, Robert Downey Jr. Yeah, I know the movie, but I've never seen it before.
Ben Stiller.
Yeah, Jack Black's in it. Ben Stiller.
Yeah.
When I heard Tropic Thunder at first,
Danny
I thought
McBride.
about that old TV show with Hulk Hogan from the '90s. Do you guys remember that?
I was thinking Tropic of Thunder, which is a library book that Jerry Seinfeld took out in high school and didn't return it. So they had Mr. Bookman.
Mr. Bookman.
Mr.
Wait,
Bookman
his
come.
name
Don't you have
is-
any?
Wait, the library.
Don't you have any instant coffee here?
Yeah.
The,
Well,
the
instant coffee you buy,
library.
you put it in the cabinet. You forget about it.
The library investigator's name is Bookman.
Yeah.
You know what the odds of that are? That's like an ice cream man named Cone.
Yeah.
One of my favorite Seinfeld episodes is the one where Kramer's trying to dodge the cable guy,
Oh
Yeah.
God.
and he runs across the rooftops, and that fat cable guy is trying to chase him,
Yeah.
and he jumps across
That
there, and the
guy
cable guy
is
stops.
scared.
I'll get you, Kramer.
Yeah. Dude, that guy is kind of has a scary intent. Like if he was chasing you, like because they almost made it like he was like this G-man, like this government official coming in, and because he was driving on the street in a van slowly, and then Kramer starts running down the sidewalk.
Jamie,
Another
we got to
good one
get you
would
into
be-
Seinfeld.
Oh,
Hey,
man. Another
we
one
can
was
try.
the,
We can try.
shit, I lost it.
Happens to me. It
Gone.
happens more as we get older. Yeah.
All right.
But at the very end of the episode, they hug it out because they had this hilariously emotional scene because he wants the cable guy to apologize in regards to the cable company not always being there when they say they're going to be there and all this stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But what I was thinking of was the White Whale episode.
Oh,
Oh, that's
Where-
also one of Jerry Seinfeld. Hey, let me hold that thought. So, Mikaro 1208. I'm being absolutely serious when I say this. When you say starting league reactions, what does that mean? I've asked this a million times. You mean reacting to the cutscenes? or do you mean something else? I've thought about once we grow, like Tom and I jumping on League of Legends just to try it. But what do you mean by league reactions? Just please tell me, and maybe I'll consider it. I just don't know what people are talking about. Someone always says, "Hey, you should do this." I go, "What is that? What does it mean?" And they never answer me. Like, all right, fine, not doing it, motherfucker. I just don't
can't
know.
keep up with these kids and their lingo nowadays.
Yeah.
If you think about it, the four of us, like we're old.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yes.
We are. Shane, it's funny. I was looking for a text message the other day, and a text message that I sent to you came up from 2022, and I guess I was in kind of an emotional, depressed state. I said, I can't believe Jade, my daughter, for those of you that don't know, is going to be 18 in 4 years. And here she is, 17 and a half now. So,
Yeah.
dude, time goes by. We are getting old, Tom. You got that gray hair and that beard, you know.
My 30s have flown by.
Crazy.
Flown by. But Zach, what we talk about when I said to hold that thought, it was post Seinfeld.
Yeah, the white whale. It was the episode. I don't remember the premise for the rest of the episode, but when Kramer gets picked up by these cops, at the end he sees Newman getting in the car because they've been giving parking tickets and trying to catch this guy driving this white car, and it turns out it's Newman. And they pass by him at some point. He's like, Newman, the white whale.
Yeah.
Because they could never catch him. And give them the parking ticket.
Yeah. Well, we had a friend. Well, people who know me, I was a blind wave. Yeah. White
Yep.
Lee.
Oh,
He would
totally.
always, every time there was a situation where he was like not on time, or like he eluded like some kind of hangout that we had planned, and you'd be like, the white whale. And he did it like there was a story where, I guess it's not really a bad story. He wouldn't care if I told this, but okay, so we were at a funeral, and it was your grandpa that passed away, right?
Yeah.
And to me and you weren't even really talking to us back then, okay, because your marital situation. But
Yeah.
you know, I went to the thing, and you and I were talking, hanging, joking around, and he was supposed to show up to this funeral, and then he just didn't show up. And he told us, you know, he had some bullshit reason. I verified it was not a reason. It wasn't a. He was lying. He said he was at work. And he wasn't there because I called work. But anyway, so I remember you were like, the white whale. You were just like, but it was at a funeral.
Well, it's funny because he showed up for the reception for the food. My dad's like,
yeah, and your
of course
dad
he
was
show
like,
up for the food.
yeah, your dad said that.
I know.
Yeah, he showed up at the end of it. Yeah, and you can tell he just got out of bed. So I remember you going, white whale. Like I remember you just doing that, like thinking,
Dude, the
"Hey,
first
man."
3 minutes you guys were talking about white whale, I thought you were talking about the white elephant, like that gift exchange thing. I don't know if you've ever heard of it before.
Never heard of it.
A white
Never
elephant?
mind. Yeah, I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Could be fucking wrong. Yeah, it's like a party
What kind of
game.
nonsense are you spouting here?
It's like a party game. Yeah.
What kind of new age drip are you trying to put on us here?
Somebody
Is it
in the
like
chat knows what the white elephant
Is
is.
it like a gift exchange type thing or something?
Yeah, it's like a gift
I don't want to
exchange,
do that
and
with
then you
Tom because he'll just forget my gift like he did senior year.
and then you
When I
can
got you the
steal.
Indian crossbow. Yeah.
You can like steal each other's gifts. So if like you see somebody gets like a badass gift and you want it, like you can steal it somehow. I don't know the whole rules, but
That's a
but
fucking dumbass game.
yeah,
That is
yeah.
a dumb
Well, I
rule.
mean, it's not to piss you off. One year, I got toilet paper of a particular politician, and I was pissed because it was like the worst gift you could get, and I had it for a long time until I ran out of toilet paper and I needed to use that shit, and I wiped my ass with it.
You might have had the most useful gift out of all of them.
That's true. It was useful. It did not feel very good on the ass cheeks, though.
So
Well. Not exactly the ass cheeks, but you know.
So toilet paper. My dad won a scratch off lottery ticket, like a kind of a lot of money. So he gave me $100. He said, "Go get some stuff for your family," and he gave me more money to get some stuff for him. And that's kind of his way of doing things. Like when he doesn't want to do something, he'll overpay so he doesn't have to do it. Like one time he paid
Yeah.
my Aunt Diane like $100 when I was in 5th grade to pick me up from her house on Harmer Hill, which is like half an hour away, to take me to basketball practice because he just didn't want to take me. And it's just kind of how he is. That's kind of how my brother is. It's how I'm becoming. I don't want to be that way,
Yeah,
but
you definitely are. You're becoming more and more like Mark the older and fatter you get.
Yeah, except
He was
more
never
than
fat,
him
though.
and way
He
less
was never
drunk.
fat.
No, I don't mean it in terms of Mark being fat. I'm just saying in Shane's circumstances, like this
Oh.
is the route this is going. I don't know if
Yeah.
he thins up, maybe he'll behave a little differently, but
You can say behave himself.
too
No, but
much
you know,
ice cream.
he talked to me in his room for 15 minutes on single ply, double ply, triple ply, toilet paper, and all these different things that I never even gave much thought. He said, "You look here. Here, let me. If you look right here, you know it's double ply. You see that chain? You see that double ply, single ply, and this double ply right here. There's twice as much toilet paper, and it's more comfortable." But and he was just trying to compare the prices, and he was like, "Sometimes you have double ply this, and you have this many sheets, and you think like, oh, if you buy the bigger pack of toilet paper, you get more for your money." He's like, no, not right here. If you buy the middle pack, you get the most bang for your buck. And he's like, all right, Dad, what do you want me to get?
Holy moly.
See, I'm trying to
just
teach you
like,
something, son. That's
How
what he
could you
said.
put
Like,
that
I'm
much
like, all right,
thought
Dad.
into it?
Jesus.
Trying to teach you something, son. Jesus, you never learn.
Well, for me, toilet paper.
You never learn. Get out. You know.
I mean, dude, like toilet paper to me is just you find one you like and you just keep buying it. You know what I mean? You don't
Yeah.
really worry about the price too much, and it's just the go-to.
Yeah, but the problem is with toilet paper, there's too many variables, right? Like you ever have those poops where
Give
you
me
go
one
to
second, Dad,
wipe,
keep talking.
and it's just like, it's like there's a Sharpie poking out of your butthole, and you just keep wiping.
I'll be honest. I never remember what toilet paper I buy. I walk
Really?
in and just grab something and leave. Yeah,
I got a very
I never pay
specific
that
kind.
much
It just
attention
comes.
to it.
It's on
I literally just
auto.
walk in. I'm like, I need toilet paper, and I walk over to the shelf. I'm like, I think this is what I got last time, and I put it in the cart and I leave.
No, my shit,
That's
it just it's on Amazon and it just auto comes like every month and a half. It just comes. I don't even remember what brand it is, but I like it, and it's my go-to. But what you said, Tom, about the Sharpie, I've never heard it put that way, but yeah, that's the worst, dude. That's the absolute worst.
Like to
I'm
the point
sorry,
where my
Never goes away.
ribs, where
I'm
my
sorry I missed
ribs
this.
and my hands are cramping because I'm wiping so much.
Yeah,
It was like that meme with the guy from the Green Mile. Like, I'm tired, boss.
yeah.
You
And at what
just keep
point?
going. You can't stop.
At what point do you give up? You know what I mean? Like you can't wipe for like an hour. So like, at what point are you like, this shit's not going to end?
Well, and then you have the opposite where it's like you take a dump and it's a clean break, and then you wipe and there's literally nothing. You're thinking, how
Hit
can
the
this be
lottery.
It's
sanitary?
like you fucking won the lottery. That's
I
all
hit the
it's like.
lottery. Yeah. But dude, yeah, I had a situation a few weeks ago at work because now I have kind of a physical job. I'm on my feet all the time. I had the shit Sharpie, and I was in the Chick-fil-A bathroom wiping my ass. And I could I was thinking my employees are wondering, where the hell is he? Like, where is he? I was in there for like 40 minutes, literally. People kept walking in the bathroom, and I know because they open the door, they look in to see if there's some douchebag still in the stall, and they just walk out. You know what I
You
mean?
hear him go, oh, Jesus.
Yeah, Jesus. And they probably were like grabbing their ass, holding the shit in. But I finally had to give up. I'm like, I got to get up, So I went back and was in the kitchen, and I just like grabbed a heavy box or something, and I just felt that little Sharpie nugget just plunk it in my underwear, and I'm like, yeah, it was terrible.
Did I tell you guys the semi-recent Walmart poop story? I might
you
have
did
talked
not.
about it on. Did I not? Okay.
No.
This is before the holidays. This was probably like around Halloween or so. I'm at my local Walmart and I had to take a leak, whatever. So I go in the front restroom and I'm sitting at the urinal and there's just this god awful smell. And I was in there by myself, and for some reason, as I'm standing at the urinal, I happen to like turn around and look behind me, and I see something go across the floor, and it's brown footprints, and I'm like, so I get done, and now my curiosity is piqued. So I turn around, and I notice that they're trailing from the stall, but they don't go to the sink; they go directly out. So now I'm like, what is that? And I'm looking, and I happen to notice that the stall door's open, so I go in and I look. Now, the toilet itself, sparkling clean. You could have eaten off of it. But 3 inches in front of the toilet is this pile. I'm talking a pile of crap. It looked like a horse was in
Dude.
there and went like 3 inches in front of the toilet, and then somebody stepped in it, walked straight out, and it's trailed out all the way out into the store. And I'm thinking,
That's terrible.
what is the scenario here that this could possibly have happened? Like
Oh my
3
God.
inches in front of the toilet. The toilet was sparkling clean. You could have eaten off of it.
That's awful. That reminded me of a crazy story. So years ago, I used to work for a company called Centos, and I was in charge of basically the bathroom and kitchen cleaning service. And we used to do bathroom cleaning at a university, a college. I won't name the college. And we did fraternity houses. And these son of a bitches would know every year we were going to come at the end of the school year to clean their bathrooms. So they would shit in the toilet and not flush. I swear to God, it had to be for like 2 weeks before we came, and the shit would be above the porcelain. Literally, the pot would be completely full. The shit, and it would stink so bad. I'm like, how could any human do this and smell this for 2 weeks just to get the Centos guy? I don't understand it. And we'd go in there and we had this machine and we'd suck it out and it was awful.
It became a tradition.
It became a tradition. Absolutely. Oh my God.
Yeah. My worst shit story doesn't involve a bathroom. I mean, but it started there.
I got money for
I
him to eat.
went to work for the city
I'll
of
be out
Belpre. So, long story short, I applied a street maintenance job. When I got there, I was told they were putting me into the water department. And then once I started at the water department, they told me it was the water and sewer department.
Ooh.
And so they had lift stations that pumped sewage from, they had so many, miles of service pipe and everything, sewage pipe throughout the city and the city limits and the adjoining districts. But so you guys know where the Orion plant is on the Belpre as you're driving on 7 into Belpre, that big plant that always has the stack with the flame out of it.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're
Where they're
talking
burning
about.
off.
Yep.
Okay. So there's a lift station there, and they had a force main sewer leak that was probably only 20 yards away from the lift station, so it had a lot of pressure. So you're digging up this leak, and the minute it was exposed, you had sewage firing into the air, probably a good 30 feet. And it is just raining down on you and everyone in the area that's working on this leak. And of course, me, a newly appointed water and sewer department employee, and the other older gentleman had to go in there and patch the leak.
Love you.
Once you come down.
Be back for
30
11.
feet in the air.
Hey,
Yeah,
back for
I mean,
fucking
it's just
11.
raining down
Oh,
everywhere.
his grandpa just died. I don't know.
it's all right. Be back for 11. All right. Sorry.
Jeez, oh man.
I
That
was listening.
But yeah, so you got, anything from anywhere down in the trailer park down the road on 7, all that sewage that runs through that line and from the plant going through here and then bursting out and raining down on everyone there.
It sounds like a
it's
Reminds me of that scene in There Will Be Blood. That's the one thing I do remember.
yeah,
It's
the
oil.
oil rig.
Yeah.
No, this was sewage.
sounds like a
So,
shitty day.
There were plenty of time. It wasn't fantastic, no. And
that
I
sounds
did
like
my
something
best.
straight from the pits of Sheol.
Yeah, it was
Hey.
rough.
You settle down, boy.
What was that?
They
It was either a
His
cat
cat.
or Satan.
Monty. Not Malachi. Hey, boy. You get spanked. Sorry about that.
Where's Malachi headed?
So his buddy, and this buddy has been on the channel a couple times. His grandpa died today.
Oh man, that sucks.
Yeah, and he's a nice guy too. I met him several times over the years, and he's a nice guy. But Kendrick, well, I guess it doesn't matter. But he lives with him. anyways, but he lives with his grandparents, so it's obviously an ordeal. But I told Malachi, it's customary for friends or family to try to meal prep, for the family of the deceased, to make it easier on them. And he's like, "Well, can you make something?" I'm like, "You want me to make it? we live in the age where we have the internet. You can make something." So he's like, "Can we just go out to eat?" I said, "Yeah, you can go out to eat." He said, "What kind of some money?" I said, "Now I'm doing a lot for you, boy." But yeah, I coach this. I coach this kid in basketball. He's a nice kid. He's been on this channel. I like him a lot. So it was kind of kind of giving money for both of them to, I guess, let off steam. I just told him to be back
Yeah.
for 11, or I'd have to bum rush him with the belt.
They wouldn't have to get very far to get away from you.
No. I'd have to sneak up on him now. He's a little faster than me now because I'm fatter. I always have to wait in. I always have to climb that tree. You know what I mean? And come down on him like Batman. Fat man on Batman right there. Does Monty have his own mic? He does not have his own mic, but he just, when he wails, it's loud. Yeah.
Yeah, it's incredibly loud.
Jack Yoda,
We
what's
can
up?
hear him down here.
Yeah.
How old is Monty now? That cat's been around forever, I feel like.
20 years old? Yeah, 20 years old. God damn.
Damn.
motherfucker. All right, sorry about that. All right, so I had a couple other things here. Well, we have been talking for an hour, so we might wrap this up soon. But Consumer Electronics Show just came out this week. Jamie, have you been following that at all?
I haven't. I think I saw a couple of things on Instagram. I haven't been following it in detail.
Oh, there's been some. I mean, okay, so they came with the idea of these laptops to where you open the laptop up, all right?
Yes, I saw that.
You
You
flip it open
expand
and
the
the
screen?
screen. You take the
Yeah.
screen, and you can just pull this on the sides, and it gets
It gets bigger.
like
It basically
and you
goes
can
from
pull it
like
up to the top. Yeah, dude, it's crazy.
16 inches to 24 or something. I don't know,
Yeah.
which is pretty amazing. So is the screen made out of like a stretchy material? Because there's no seam. I didn't
Ain't
see
no
any
stretching.
seam.
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know how they do it. I
Yeah.
have no idea.
It was pretty amazing.
Well, there was this new thing with Lego, and I actually don't understand the technology. But I
Mhm.
also, before I actually want to strike that from the record because I have nothing to contribute to that conversation. Although I wish I was more
I heard
prepared
about the smart
because,
bricks as well, but I don't
Yeah.
know what they are. I don't know what they do.
yeah, I wish I was a little more prepared. I've been
Yeah.
trying to edit the Stranger Things finale, guys. I'm about
Yeah, but
done.
what do we have like cliff notes? Like what is supposed to be the
Okay, well,
idea behind it?
Well, I watched the video on that, and it looked like they had this little Lego character, and they moved it around, and the block changed different colors. But other than that, I don't think it gave a lot of detail.
well, so it's basically the technology still not the technology, but it was a primitive version of like what you could possibly do. So like basically, this brick understood how it would change based on the settings. Like, so if you put this brick on this character and you put that character here, it knew where it was, and you can move it to different sets and stuff like that, and store information on it and things like that. It doesn't like build itself or something like that, like a robot.
right.
Yeah,
So,
little transformer.
Yeah. Oh damn it, Monty, come here. He's deaf, so he can't hear me. Now, Tom has a story to tell, but I want to ask this question first. I don't know why I think this is such a funny question. I saw it on Instagram the other day. But all right. So, would you guys do this? Would you accept $350 million tax-free money right now? No funny business. But every day for the rest of your life, okay? Every day come here, boy. Every day for the rest of your life, this would occur at a random point every 24 hours. You would disappear and reappear. You in the ocean at a random place for 30 seconds. Could be day, could be night, but be 30 seconds. You'll be dropped in the middle of an ocean. Could be at nighttime.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
You're only in the ocean for 30 seconds?
30 seconds. Okay, and you get 50 passes a year. But all it does is change the time. You still have to fulfill that time somewhere else. Okay, and you get like a dozen. Like if there's a funeral, blah 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 blah, you get like a couple of those a year as well.
Damn.
But $350 million tax free, 30 every year. I mean every day, 30 seconds. You would instant transmission somewhere, and then you'd be back in your bed or back wherever you are. It could be in the middle of the night.
Is there a potential that you could die in those 30 seconds?
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, you could be transported in a place where there's just a ton of sharks.
Right.
Now, I wouldn't be too worried if you were around sharks and you were just there for 30 seconds and you didn't struggle. Although mentally, I'm not even brave enough to fathom that. But like here in a safe room, I can say that shark attacks, I mean, they don't occur very often, and they usually occur when.
What if
people
it
are
just
freaking out.
drops you in like chilly water in like right in the middle of like a pod of killer whales?
Well, killer whales have never in history have it been recorded killing a person, Tom.
Yes, but I would have a heart attack and die because I'm petrified of them.
You're petrified of killer whales.
Oh yeah, I mean they've actually been observed helping people in many cases.
Yeah.
Yeah, helping
Yeah,
dolphins.
they'll help me die and go to the afterlife.
Yeah, that could happen. I'd just be more afraid of being dropped in the middle of Pacific Ocean at 4:00 in the morning, just treading water.
I mean, dude, like if you did that every day though, and it was pretty standard, you just get dropped in the water, you'd get just like anything, you'd get used to. You'd get used to it.
Okay, but eventually you're going to be 90 years old.
When you come back into your real like normal life, are you still wet?
That's a good question. That wasn't on the thing that I've read.
Because I don't want to wake up in my bed and be
For
soaked.
$350 million, I will wake up wet every day. I did it at 610 Ninth Street for free for years when I was a teenager.
Well,
Yeah.
my answer is no. I don't have any questions. It's just
Okay.
You would not do it.
I would not do it.
I think I would just because it would solve too many of me and my kids generate. Like it would just solve too many.
Not if you died like in the first trip out to the ocean.
But they still have 350 million in their will.
That's the thing. They still have the money.
Yeah, and dead dad issues.
Yeah, you're right. But I don't think I would die like in 30 seconds.
I don't think I would die in 30
I
seconds
don't
either.
think they're going to die in the 30 seconds that are involved in them dying.
Yeah, little silly, you just you bring up a good point. Is depth taken into account? What if you get teleported to the bottom?
Nope, that's not what happens. You get transported. You're on top of the surface. I saw the comments.
You can get transported out in the middle of the Arctic Ocean, and in that 30 seconds, you're just dead.
You wouldn't be dead.
Well, yeah,
in 30 seconds.
You would pass out.
I looked it up.
You'd be pretty damn close to it.
You would pass out. The extreme cold. I mean, I had a friend in high school that fell in the Ohio River, and the friends that were with him said he passed out within 15 seconds and sunk to the bottom.
Really?
And died.
But just think about the shock. Like, what if you're out there on a hot summer day, like working out, and all of a sudden, 24, your time limit's up, and you get dropped in the middle of the Arctic or the Antarctic, wherever.
Yeah.
And there's the extreme shock of the water and the temperature. You would die just like that.
Yeah. Well, what if we said for you, no?
Or you get popped in there,
no,
and a whale just happens to be yawning at the moment. Like the minute you just pop there,
it would
and
spit
just
you
get
out.
swallowed whole.
No.
It would spit
No.
You just die.
Be like, what the hell is this?
Away.
What is this? It
Yeah,
tastes
I mean,
like
that's a
cigarettes
possibility.
and alcohol, and it would just spit you out.
So, Tom, what about Zach says no. Tom, what about you?
No.
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 Damn, there's
I
a
saw-
lot. Like people are saying no, left and right. Wow.
30 seconds.
I would do it.
I did see another version of this question that one time a year, it happens once a year, you're dropped in the middle of an ocean for 30 minutes.
No, I would
Okay.
die. I would die. So I'd have to say no to that. I would
I mean, you
definitely
could-
die.
Well, I mean, you could just do the survival float.
Well, Shane, you remember the
I
thing,
can't float in
think-
a pool, let alone the ocean.
Shane, I think you sent this to me like a couple years ago. This scenario of you get some crazy amount of money like that, but there's a snail,
The snail.
that constantly chases you, like never stops. Nothing can stop it, and it's the speed of a
The
snail,
minute it
but
touches you, you're dead.
yeah, but it's like some terrible, horrifying, extremely painful, agonizing death.
Yeah.
Would you accept the money?
Snail.
Oh,
Yeah, the snail
I
is
think
just
I think the question
pursuing
is-
you relentlessly forever until you
Oof.
die either of natural causes or it finds you, and you never know where it's at.
No, you
That's-
don't.
that's
But
tough.
but
You
but
don't
the,
know
but,
where
the,
it's at.
but the snail, like so I think in the question, there's nowhere you can go where the snail can't get you.
Right.
But it is natural laws apply to the snail. Like if you go to a
you
different
can only move at
continent,
the speed of a snail.
like yeah, if you go to a different continent, the snail has to get to an airport, get on there, and get you. But it's always locked
Yes.
onto you.
And you never know where it's at.
You never know where it is.
Yeah.
That to me, that almost
Yeah.
sounds scarier than the ocean.
I think that
Maurice-
the rules apply to both.
Marie said
Because
she
you
would
never
do it
know
because
what
she'd
you're
be
gonna, where you're going
stressed.
to end up in the ocean.
Yeah, I mean the stress to me, the stress of it, yeah, would be enough.
I'm
All right,
already
when's it gonna
stressed
happen?
every day, though.
You'd be stressed in your mansion, I guess. Yeah. To me, nothing is scarier than being in a body of water that is where there's 7 miles underneath me, and you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
no,
just
it's scary. I
scary.
mean, it is scary, and being asleep and then just instantaneously being like in the ocean, it's pitch dark, and waves are just like crashing over you. Yeah, that would be traumatic for
Well,
sure.
then you think on the opposite side of it, though. Like, what if all of a sudden you're transported, but it's like you're right off the coast of like some tropical island, and it's the middle of the day, and it's like bright and sunny, and there's palm trees and half naked women in bikinis, right? Like,
Well, I
Or
can
you
say,
could be transported you could be transported like 20 feet from the shoals, and then the waves crash on you, and you smash your head on the reef, and you die in like 15 seconds. Like you
Yeah.
don't know, like the ocean isn't always just placid,
yeah.
you know. So there's all kinds of ways that you could die out there that don't involve sharks.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, that was actually one of my questions is like, are you.
You pop in there and you just happen to land on a man of war. Stings you, you're dead.
Yeah.
Like Steve Irwin, right?
No.
That-
No,
Man of War's a
stings, man.
jellyfish.
oh, jellyfish.
Yeah.
The Portuguese man of war.
Yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, I just thought that was a hell of a question. I mean, the idea of being transported randomly, too.
yeah, like we could be sitting here
Yeah.
doing a podcast, and all of a sudden you're just like, yeah, he'll be back. Don't worry about it.
You just
He'll be
pop
back.
off, like 30 yards away from some pirates over there in the South China Sea, and they just shoot you.
Yeah.
They just see you and they just shoot you, and that's it. You're done.
Now, I'm going to ask another version of this question. What if it happens, Zach, once a year at a random time?
No,
You'd be transported for
thing.
30 seconds. 30 seconds.
Not for once a year.
nope.
I
I'm
feel
not
like I go
paying
through
that.
worse. I go through worse once a year,
Oh.
so I would definitely sign up for that one.
I don't know that. I don't know that that's considerably worse, though. I mean, we live in a fairly comparatively affluent lives compared to the rest of the world right now in this country. So
And compared to the rest of
It's
human
not-
history.
yeah, so I don't think it's too
Ancestors,
bad.
Jamie. Yeah. Yeah, we're insulated within Western civilization. We're in these rooms talking in these microphones. It's going through space and then shooting back into your ear. You know what I mean?
That's
But-
crazy, man.
Yeah.
The one
Meanwhile,
time.
somebody's out in the ocean for 30 seconds right now, dying.
Yes.
Yeah, they probably are.
And
Yeah.
there's no 350 million coming their way.
Yeah. Zach, is there
Yeah,
any
you
amount of
wouldn't
money?
get it either. You're
Yeah.
dying.
So, Tom, what do you say? You say no?
30 seconds a year?
Yeah.
I would probably do the 30 seconds a year. Yeah, not every
But-
day.
Every day just sounds. I mean, just the stress of thinking when's it going to happen.
Exactly.
And I think one thing about this is it happens, and you come back, you're dry, and the people you're with, they didn't know that you left. It would be like instant.
Oh, I got a question though. So when you're transported, are you wearing the clothes that you had on when you get in the ocean? Because if so, I just wear a life jacket all the fucking time.
Shane, for you, it would have been when you were sleeping on Jamie's floor and you were like this. Then all of a sudden you're like this on the floating on the ocean.
They'll just be floating, and I just wouldn't wake up. Oh man. Anyway, so before we go, Hayes, would you rather know if Jesus was real or if aliens were? I believe certainly Jesus was real, and I believe aliens are real. Tom, you have a pretty cool story. You want to tell that bad boy?
Yeah, so I was at a casual business lunch and local little restaurant near me, and
Yeah.
it's just me and one other person, and this girl walks up and she's like, "Hey, sorry to interrupt your guys' lunch, but are you Tom?" And I'm always hesitant to answer that question when it's a random female walking up to me, Jamie.
They might pull out pictures of some little child.
And so stay tuned, folks. Hello.
Yeah.
And so I was like, yeah, you know. And she's like, "You're on YouTube, right?" And then all of a sudden my ears perked up and I'm like, "Yeah." Well, she had this like zip up like jacket on. Well, she starts unzipping her jacket. And like there's people in the restaurant like turning and like looking. I'm like, "Does this woman have clothes on underneath this?" Well, she unzipped it and she had a Third Street Reaction shirt on. I was so shocked and stunned. I was like, I just stood there like an idiot. I didn't know what to say. And she's like, "I love your guys' channel." She's like, I watch your this reaction and this reaction and this reaction. And she actually said, she's like, "I love your guys' Friday night podcasts. I look forward to them every week." She's like, I love hearing your stories, a bunch of friends and stuff, stories from you guys growing up and all this other. She's like, I just really love it. Like, I didn't have time to really get into like the how did you find our channel, this and that. But yeah, she was a really nice girl, and she was like, "Hey, can we get a photo?" I'm like, "Yeah." I was like, "Do you mind if I, put this on social media for the channel?" And she's like, "Yeah, that'd be great." And yeah, it was crazy. It was just completely random, and she was just like, she's like, yeah, she just so happened to be wearing our gear that day, so it was pretty cool.
That's cool. Did you happen to get her name? Not that you want to share it here, but did you get her name?
I got a first name. Yeah.
Okay,
Just like
nice.
a handshake. "Hi, I'm
Yeah.
so and so." But yeah, she was a nice girl, and she was like, "Yeah, I think your guys' channel's hilarious, and your guys' stories are hilarious, and the reactions are cool, and you guys have you guys react to a lot of the shows that I really like, and her and her husband both like a bunch of the content that we do." So I
Cool.
thought that was pretty cool.
That's
That's
cool.
always cool.
Hopefully they join the podcast and watch.
Yeah. Say
Well,
hi
I
if you're
told
on
her,
here.
I said that, if you're around tomorrow night, make sure you say hi. So kind of been looking, but I haven't seen anything, so she might not be on here. But yeah, it was cool and like really random, and it caught me off guard because when she unzipped, I didn't know what there was gonna be, and then there's Third Street Reaction shirt, and I was like,
It's actually the Andor shirt.
Yeah, and
one of my.
and it like the shirt like looks good, like the font and everything, like it was just like I was like, yeah, it looks good, man.
Dude, that's funny. You remember Shane that time we were at Grand Central Mall and
Yeah, someone
that
recognized
fan,
me.
that fan walked up to you. I was like,
Yeah.
holy shit, really? That was pretty cool.
When I was obviously my bigger channel, like if I was in a bigger city, it happened every day, multiple times a day. Pretty crazy.
Okay. Yeah, that's great.
It's definitely like, oh man, I made it. You know what I mean? Almost this feeling. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and yeah. By the way, the PS5 is not fixed. I did get a quote, and I'm just like, oh god, might have to wait towards the end of the month. But
Tax time.
anyways, guys, we've been talking for a while. I know Zach needs to get to bed, but we do try to do these every
Yes.
Friday.
Very
So,
tired of it. I
Yeah.
think this will be my last one.
Yeah. Anyways, guys,
Don't expect to see me back.
some variation of this will be here every Friday. Well, we'll try to get it every Friday. Hey, guys, much love. Thank you for watching. And if you didn't catch us live, obviously it'll be on YouTube.